my god!
The Pacers watched the ending of Kuroko no Basket and were like, you know what? Let's do it 4 times.
Freed from desire. Mind and senses purified. Freed from desire. Mind and senses purified. Freed from desire. Mind and senses purified. Freed from desire. Na, 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 na.
The Indiana Pacers have been shocking everyone with their crazy comebacks this postseason. Every team they've faced, they've had one crazy comeback at least. But how do they do this, Macha? And how can you do it too? The first thing is pushing the pace. You gotta play super fast because obviously you're down 7 points with 40 seconds remaining. You need at least 3 possessions to catch up. But if everyone is taking their own sweet time, the full 24 seconds, you don't have enough time. And the Indiana Pacers are one of the best teams at doing this. They play 5v5 with a 3x3 pace. See, immediately after they get the rebound of a miss, they're sprinting to the other end of the court, go to the corners, spread the defense out, because especially when you're falling back and the defense is not set, you tend to kind of ignore the corners. So you can be there free for an open pass and catch and shoot.
I mean, just look at the amount of chaos this one pass creates in the defense.
Or if someone misses, you can get an easy cut to the basket and a putback. And mind you, this isn't only after they get the rebound on a miss. They also do this if the opponent makes a basket. Quickly inbound that ball, almost like it's a 3-on-3 FIBA live ball. Get past half court quickly and start your plays as soon as possible.
He's a flamethrower.
Like, look at where they have set this screen. As soon as he crosses half court, the defense isn't even set properly. It's hard for them to guard an ISO in this situation, let alone guarding a screen or a handoff. And this one, the camera itself hasn't turned from one side of the court to another. Obi Toppin is already setting a down screen for Aaron Naismith. Now what can Josh Hart do as a defender? He has to sprint to guard that. He's running so fast, he slips, and then it's a sidestep, it's a 3. Because see, Macha, it's always easy to attack a defense before it sets. Now in their mind they're preoccupied with getting back first of all. So they aren't even looking around properly. They aren't communicating properly, which is why everything you do will be so much easier. And of course, when you're down, you need those points quickly, right?
No center on the floor, no hard
The Pacers
shot,
guards,
no
they're
check
always
for
ready to take off running because they know they're probably not helping on the rebound, so you might as well go.
Especially because teams tend to chill a little when they're up so much.
Get to the corners, spread the defense apart. If they forget about you there, you have an easy 3.
Naismith drills it, rattles it home.
They attack hard, use full momentum. Like, look how hard Nemhard runs off this down screen. The defense is like, oh damn. And then the help steps up. This is a quick kick out and then aggressively attack that closeout. So like this, you go hard, you confuse the defense, then you just keep finding the open man until someone gets that shot.
This is a 3.
Talking about open shots, everyone I think on the Pacers can knock down an open 3-pointer. So this is great when they're trying to spread out the floor. Like, look here how spread out the defense is.
The paint is looking like a beautiful expressway.
Especially because the last play was this screen at damn near half court and then a pull-up 3-pointer. So when the defense is that spread out, it's easy for someone like Halliburton, who's a good isolation player, to just attack his man, beat his man, and then here you get a foul and 1. Although I don't know why you had to foul here. You're up 4 with 18 seconds left. Just let him score that layup and hold on to the ball, but
They got too inspired by Rakusan.
anyway, back to the point.
Let's save the roasting of the Bucks for another day.
as you're doing all this, remember, pushing the pace doesn't mean you're rushing into things blindly. You're still playing composed. If you don't have an open man or open space, it's okay to wait for some time.
Clear the paint so that there's no backside help, and now you can dance. The defender has to jump back to cut off that layup, and then you have your 3-pointer.
Here Halliburton takes Giannis, he starts dancing around because there's help in the paint. But now see what happens. Again, this is only possible in the NBA. The help has to leave the paint because of the defensive 3-second violation rule the NBA has. As he's leaving the paint, Halliburton attacks, and then you have it against the Knicks. This time it's overtime. Halliburton doesn't have anything much, so he waits. Josh Hart turns his head, and then Hart cuts behind his back. Dish, layup. Down 1. Clock is running out.
See, if you're down just one, teams won't be so careless also.
The defense has learned something from the previous few plays. This time they're all back. So no advantage, no open man. Look how Halliburton dribbles across the court. Something a lot of coaches will tell you never to do. But remember, Machas, there's a time and a place for it. So defender reaches, he gets a step on him. Defender has to overplay, try getting back, pull up jump shot for the win. So yes, Machas, you have to push the pace, but that doesn't mean you have to force things or you have to rush. You have to keep your eyes open, keep your mind open, look around, find that open man. But if nothing is there, you have to wait. And especially if you're in the NBA, you will get something. Okay, now you have pushed the pace on offense, you're scoring quick baskets. But the opponent team, they have no reason to rush. They're going to chill. They're going to use all 24 seconds because they are the ones who are up, right? You have to make sure they also play fast with the way you defend. This guy comes off the screen, he catches the ball, has a wide open lane. But he's like, nah, I'm going to chill. I'm going to take my time because see, we are up. While he's doing this, 2 mans come. He's trapped near the sideline, and then they cut off all the passing lanes, and as he's trying to pass back to the inbounder, it's an interception. So once you do this a few times, or if a team sees you do this a few times, next time they catch the ball, they're going to rush. They want to play fast before that double comes. Look at Donovan Mitchell here. He sees the trap coming. So he tries getting past the man quickly as all 10 players are in the backcourt. He thinks he has a nice open fast break. But what does he do in that rush? Offensive foul. And the Knicks, they've seen what happened with the Bucks, they've seen what happened with the Cavs. So they are a little smarter. Before the trap comes only, they go quickly, they make that layup. Now what do you do, Machas?
You go back to the NBA's standard operating procedure.
You foul. And when you foul quickly.
Make it a free throw shooting contest and hope the other team misses a few free throws. It paid off against the Knicks.
They missed 2 crucial free throws. But I think that's also again because of how the coach runs his rotations. He tires his players out. Which brings me to the other thing about the Pacers. They play a 10-man rotation so that everyone gets enough rest and everybody has that energy to run this aggressive offense, aggressive defense. They keep hustling and they never ever give up. I know this sounds motivational speaker-like, but that is the truth. Like, look how they get these putbacks after the missed free throws. They did it twice against the Cavs. You know, I can't help wondering if that is a part of their strategy.
Seconds. They do have a timeout. Carlisle's going to let him play. Halliburton steps back.
Like how Seren did it against Rakuzan in Kuroko no Basket finals. These guys missed the free throws and then tried to get the putback so that they can get even more points. But the point is this, keep fighting and keep hustling. Don't get depressed and sad just because you're down so much and think the game is over. fight until the very last moment, and you don't know, maybe you'll have a crazy comeback like the Pacers do. All the best, Machas. Subscribe and turn on all notifications for more amazing basketball breakdowns.